Tonight, you are invited to unwind and let your worries drift away as we embark on a serene journey through ancient mythology. Our story unfolds around Eileithyia, known as the gentle guide of birth. She is the goddess who tenderly watches over the miraculous moments when new life enters the world, ensuring a protective embrace for both gods and mortals alike. Here, you'll discover her tranquil presence, calming and soothing, like an eternal lullaby. As you settle into relaxation, let the tale unfold, bringing you peace and restful slumber. In the golden dawn over Mount Olympus, a gentle stillness encompassed the sky. The clear, calm air told of an unspoken anticipation that was rarely seen among the divine. Hera, the revered goddess and protector of marriage, felt the initial stirrings of life within her. It was that delicate moment before a new life breathes its first, echoing the cycle that she protected so fervently. The serenity belied the significance of the event. A new deity was on the brink of arrival, destined to weave tranquility into the fabric of life itself. Zeus, the mighty king of gods, was immediately informed of Hera's labor. His presence, always commanding, was now touched with a tender undertone. Zeus was not unfamiliar with the spectacle of divine birth, but this occasion bore particular importance. As he moved with calm authority through the hallowed halls of Olympus, the air itself seemed to soften in anticipation of the birth of their child, Eileithyia. Zeus prepared with silent determination, understanding that this birth would bring forth a gentle, nurturing force into the world, one that would guide both gods and mortals alike through the trials and transitions of childbirth. The realm of Mount Olympus mirrored this aura of expectation, the grand peaks cloaked in the gentle hues of soft oranges and pale pinks. As if all creation awaited the birth, the vibrant energy of spring enveloped the divine landscape, ensuring a perfect atmosphere for the arrival. The Olympian clouds shimmered ever so lightly, casting gentle ambers that danced serenely across the sky. There was a shared knowing among the gods that this event was not merely another addition to their immortal ranks, but a blessing upon all realms. And so, Eileithyia was born into this atmosphere of calm and light, entering the world with an innate gentleness. Her presence was instantly soothing, a testament to her destined role as the gentle guide of birth. Hera, in her maternal wisdom, recognized this unique calmness within her daughter. She cradled Eileithyia with a profound reverence, aware that her child carried an enlivening peace that promised solace to both divine and mortal beings. Zeus, too, sensed this serene power, acknowledging that Eileithyia birth heralded a new era of compassionate guardianship over the transitions of life. The gods rejoiced, their celebrations mingling with the songs of nature itself, as Eileithyia birth was lauded among the pantheon. This young goddess, untouched by the hubris of youth, was honored for the beneficial influence she promised to impart. It was a tranquil, joyous gathering of divinity, each deity offering their blessings and acknowledgement. The fates, ever present and silent in their weaving, approached the newborn, knowing well the significance of their task. With calm precision, they intertwined threads of purpose, shaping Eileithyia fate as the gentle overseer of all births. Their actions affirmed her role, marking her as essential in guiding life from the ethereal to the tangible. But it was Hera, with eyes filled with both wisdom and warmth, who entrusted Eileithyia with her sacred duty. In a moment free from haste, she conveyed to her daughter the gravity of her purpose, to guide the birthing of life with a hand as light as it was steadfast, a responsibility that carried the weight of divine intent. Eileithyia, though still at the inception of her existence, seemed to understand inherently the path laid before her. This was no ordinary role. She was to be the balancer of life cycles, a nurturing presence ever essential to the grand symphony of creation. With the final whispers of dawn giving way to day, Eileithyia settled into her role, cocooned in the knowledge of what she was meant to accomplish. As the gentle light continued to bathe Olympus, the essence of Eileithyia's destiny took root within her, readying her for her first test in the divine realm of childbirth. As soft as the light of her birthplace, she would carry forward the grace with which she was enveloped into the world. And so, amidst this nurturing calm, Eileithyia prepared for the role she was to fulfill, as every dawn alludes to the promise of a new beginning. The warm embrace of Olympus held her, guiding her first steps in an eternity that promised trials and triumphs alike, each one affirming her essential presence. At the heart of the mythological world, the island of Delos lay tranquil beneath a gentle summer sun. Here Artemis, the independent and graceful goddess, experienced her first pangs of labor. As the day progressed, she felt the unmistakable sensation that heralded the coming of new life. Although known for her strength and skill, the prospect of giving birth for the first time brought an uncommon vulnerability to Artemis. Her mother Leto, knowing the significance of this moment, reached out to Hera, the queen of the gods, for assistance. Hera, protective and wise, understood the challenge her friend faced and recognized the perfect ally in her daughter, Eileithyia. Stepping into her role, Eileithyia accepted the call with grace and readiness, her mind centered on the task ahead. She understood her role was not merely to guide, but to infuse each moment with calmness and nurture. As Eileithyia departed Olympus and journeyed toward Delos, her demeanor cast a peaceful veil over the island. This aura did not merely dull Artemis's acute pains but enveloped her in warmth, assuring her that she was not alone. Upon her arrival, Eileithyia moved with a deliberate tranquility that synchronized with the rhythms of the natural landscape. The waves lapped rhythmically against the shore, seemingly mirroring the steady, calm breaths she encouraged Artemis to take. With gentle words, Eileithyia imparted reassurance, her voice a melodic balm that eased Artemis's worries. She reminded Artemis of the strength within her own being, while carefully guiding her through each stage of childbirth. The labor progressed steadily under Eileithyia's nurturing hand, transforming the atmosphere around them, as if the very island had embraced a warm glow. Eileithyia's divine influence spread across Delos, calming the environment and reflecting the harmony within this sacred act. The leaves on the trees rustled gently in the mild breeze, and the golden hue of the sunlight deepened the sense of peace surrounding the goddess of childbirth and her devoted friend. Artemis, yielding to the gentle guidance, felt empowered despite the intensity of each contraction. Eileithyia's presence was a constant assurance, a guiding light in the dim uncertainties of labor. Through silent, respectful attentiveness, Eileithyia embodied serenity, ensuring that each transition was smooth and every whisper of nature was a comforting companion rather than an adversary. As Artemis brought her child into the world, her expression shifted, bearing an unmistakable gratitude for Eileithyia's gentle assistance. With the newborn safely cradled in Artemis's arms, a profound relief enveloped the island. The atmosphere was lighter, filled with a sense of accomplishment and joy. Artemis gazed at Eileithyia and praised her friend's calming influence and unwavering support throughout the labor. This moment was more than just a successful birth. It was an affirmation of Eileithyia's profound role in divine assistance. She had not only facilitated the arrival of life, but had fostered a cycle of protection and creation integral to the pantheon. Reflection on Eileithyia's role was inevitable, her presence resonating deeply within the divine and natural realms alike. Her involvement was a testament to the nurturing cycles of life that intertwine deities and mortals, a gentle reminder of the tranquil deity's purpose. This divine beginning marked Eileithyia's first step in extending her influence beyond Olympus, reaffirming her destined role as a gentle guide of birth. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting serene hues over Delos, Eileithyia stood in quiet contemplation. She understood that this was only the beginning of her journey. With Artemis having successfully brought life into the world under her guidance, Eileithyia prepared to extend her nurturing touch to the mortal realm. Confident in her gentle but powerful influence. With her success in aiding Artemis, Eileithyia turned her attention to the mortal realm, where her gentle guidance would be equally needed. As a calm autumn afternoon stretched across the earth, Eileithyia felt the call of a mortal woman in labor resonate through the very fabric of existence. This call, a plea not unlike those she had answered among the gods, urged Eileithyia gently into action. From the heights of Olympus, she descended gracefully toward the earthly realm, her presence a soothing balm against the unknown trials that lay ahead for the laboring mother. Arriving in a humble village, Eileithyia found a modest home buzzing with anticipation and worry. The woman's family gathered anxiously around her, their faces etched with concern and love. The gentle goddess of childbirth, with serenity embedded in her essence, brought an aura of calm into the midst of the household's chaotic energy. Her arrival was unannounced but instinctively felt, a sweet presence that turned the clamor of uncertainty into a quiet vigil of hope and expectation. Eileithyia approached the laboring mother with an invisible touch that whispered peace into the air. She lent her nurturing presence to the expectant mother, who had feared the pains and uncertainties of childbirth. Without uttering words, the goddess imparted a profound sense of reassurance, her tranquil essence seeping into the woman's very soul. Her touch, gentle and steady, was reminiscent of a soft autumn breeze weaving through golden leaves, a reminder of nature's inherent order and grace. As the labor intensified, Eileithyia stood close, her divine energy weaving through the room like the soft light filtering through autumn's canopy. To both the mother and her family, she provided an unspoken promise that all would be well. With each contraction, she eased the mother's pain, her influence as calming as a lullaby sung by a mother's heart. In quiet concentration, the goddess fostered a serene environment where the mother's anxiety could melt away, leaving behind only the steadfast rhythm of life unfolding. The hours passed gently, and Eileithyia's constant support helped the mother to manage the pains and fears that accompanied the sacred act of bringing forth life. Together, they traversed the delicate path of childbirth, each step whispered into being by Eileithyia's unseen hand. As time stretched and contracted, much like the flow of the sea, the mother's strength rose in harmonious accord with the essence Eileithyia bestowed. Ultimately, the mother gave birth to a healthy child, her cries echoing triumphantly in the hushed room. The home, once filled with apprehension, now blazed with quiet joy and relief. In this moment of bliss, the family gathered around the mother and child, their hearts overflowing with gratitude for the unbidden presence that had graced their household with its divine assistance. Eileithyia stood amongst them, a subtle yet powerful reminder of the sacred cycle she so diligently honored. In silent recognition of Eileithyia's role, the family offered tokens of thanks, simple gestures of appreciation for the seamless blessing of childbirth. It was a humble celebration, filled with heartfelt sincerity, as they honored the gentle goddess who had shepherded their loved one from one realm to the next. Through their offerings, they extended a prayer of gratitude that reverberated back to the summit of Olympus, where Eileithyia's influence continued to shape the harmony of creation. As the sun dipped toward the horizon, casting a golden glow across the village, Eileithyia quietly withdrew, her presence leaving behind a tender tranquility. She returned to Olympus, her serene nature having planted seeds of divine grace within the mortal realm. The earthly family, unfazed by her departure, cherished the peace she had bequeathed them, secure in the knowledge that her influence would forever guide those in need of her care. The golden hues of early evening bathed Mount Olympus in serenity, mirroring Hera's anticipation, as she prepared for her next divine delivery. Known for her regal strength, Hera was nonetheless comforted by the presence of her daughter, Eileithyia, who was summoned to ensure everything transpired smoothly. As the goddess of childbirth, Eileithyia's assured and protective presence reassured the expectant mother, enveloping the mountain with her signature calm that resonated through the halls of the Olympian abode. Eileithyia arrived in the Olympian halls, where the brilliance of the sunset cast a gentle glow, accentuating the significance of the impending event. Her approach was calm and deliberate, embodying the serene aura that defined her role and purpose. With her divine touch, she subtly transformed the atmosphere, instilling confidence and peace in Hera, who trusted Eileithyia implicitly due to their profound connection. Hera's unwavering trust in her child's remarkable abilities was reflected in her relaxed demeanor, which allowed Eileithyia to guide her through each phase of labor with quiet fortitude. With measured reassurances, Eileithyia handled the intricate process of divine childbirth, offering gentle instructions accompanied by soothing words. Though tranquil in nature, the event resonated with the profound gravity of creation, where Eileithyia's influence was unquestionable and profound. Her presence crafted a tapestry of calm, an oasis in the otherwise bustling mountaintop. By Hera's side, she maintained an unwavering focus, letting her peaceful conduct shine amidst the celestial surroundings, ensuring that this birth would be remembered as one of grace. Hera's labor, under the watchful eye of her daughter, flowed smoothly like the tranquil waters of a river guided by a gentle hand. Eileithyia's nurturing presence enveloped Hera, enhancing her experience and leading it to a seamless conclusion. The presence of the divine fire in the Olympian gathering served as a testament to the monumental occasion, illuminating the hall with a warm light that celebrated the circle of life being renewed. Once more, as Hera's child entered the world under such care, the tranquility of the event was mirrored in the open skies overhead, showcasing the impact of Eileithyia's touch beyond the immediate. Upon the divine child's arrival, Hera acknowledged the vital role Eileithyia played, offering her gratitude for the seamless ease experienced during the labor. The acknowledgement was quiet and heartfelt, a mutual understanding shared between mother and daughter as they embraced the influences that guided them. With the birth celebrated among the attending Olympians, the reverence for Eileithyia's gentle assistance was woven into the fabric of divine respect and joy surrounding the birth. The Olympians, all gathered to witness and celebrate the new addition to their pantheon, imbued the moment with a collective appreciation for Eileithyia's integral role. Their recognition echoed the serenity that Eileithyia brought with her, reinforcing her place in the pantheon as not just a goddess, but as a pivotal nurturing force that bridged gods and mortals alike. As the joyous sounds of celebration resonated through the Olympian halls, Eileithyia's quiet dignity and reflective calm remained ever present, hinting at the ongoing endeavors that awaited her. As the vibrant hues of evening softened into night, Eileithyia remained a beacon of calming protection against the backdrop of Olympus, where the cycle of life continued in harmony. Her work, timeless and revered, spanned realms, ensuring every god and mortal experienced the blessing of her guidance in childbirth. From this event, Eileithyia carried forward her profound purpose, ready to weave compassion and tranquility through births yet to come, heralding her ongoing dedication to the delicate transitions of life. With Mount Olympus resting under the gentle embrace of night, Eileithyia contemplated her enduring role across the realms, ever vigilant as the goddess of childbirth. In a quiet rural village nestled under the Greek summer sky, a family gathered at dusk. The air was mild, with the first stars beginning to twinkle in the twilight. Inside their modest home, they assembled around a small altar dedicated to Eileithyia, the gentle goddess of childbirth. Reverently, they began sharing stories of the divine assistance provided by Eileithyia, whose unseen hand they credited for the smooth journeys of life beginning anew among them. It was a night of gratitude and contemplation. An elder of the household, with wisdom etched into his brow, began the evening's stories by recounting a serene childbirth he had witnessed many summers ago. He described the labor, initially fraught with the usual nervous tension of such an affair, transforming suddenly as if suffused by an otherworldly calmness. He shared how the cries of distress turned to gentle smiles as the presence of Eileithyia was felt, though she remained unseen. The air in the room had lightened, carrying an inexplicable tranquility, guiding the mother through her painful trial toward the joyful welcoming of new life. Those gathered around the altar nodded in agreement, having heard similar tales through the years. The mother, who had experienced this divine encounter, spoke next, her voice soft, yet filled with emotion. She recalled the moment during her labor, when discomfort and anxiety seemed overwhelming, yet soon after, a deep calmness enveloped her like a comforting embrace. It was as if invisible hands soothed her pain and reassured her spirit, allowing her to focus solely on the task of birthing. Although no form draped in celestial garments had appeared, she was certain it was Eileithyia who had attended her, a divine presence felt and not seen. Family members chimed in, recalling the subtle signs marking Eileithyia's presence during that sacred night. It was in the flicker of a candle burning steadily despite the drafty home, or the soft rustle in the breeze that seemed to carry comforting whispers. Even the village healer had marveled at the ease and grace with which the birth proceeded, acknowledging that some things transcended mere mortal understanding. These hints of divine intervention were small, yet deeply reassuring to those who believed. The village healer spoke as well, praising the ancient practices that honored Eileithyia. She detailed how the village midwives invoked her name during labors, lighting candles as offerings to invite Eileithyia's calm presence. The healer's tales were filled with respect for the goddess's timeless grace and her constant vigil over expectant mothers. An atmosphere of reverence wrapped around the gathering, respectfully acknowledging the ancient deity who quietly bridged the divine and mortal worlds. As the evening proceeded, the village came together beyond just one family. The successful birth was celebrated as a communal triumph, accredited to the divine influence of Eileithyia's gentle oversight. The rituals conducted acknowledged not only the present blessings, but also interwove them with the long-standing traditions that had supported generations. Songs were sung and offerings made, each act steeped in the belief that their lives were subtly cradled by divine hands. The gratitude of mortals was embodied through offerings laid upon Eileithyia's altar. Small tokens of appreciation, flowers, incense, and woven trinkets spoke of their reliance on her unseen care. Each gift, though humble, was rich with meaning and heartfelt acknowledgement of the goddess's role in safeguarding the most vulnerable moments of their lives. Beneath the emerging stars, their quiet devotions extended into the night, a testament to the trust placed in divine influences. Acknowledgement of Eileithyia's lasting impact on mortal lives was profound. The stories passed from mouth to ear, generation to generation, underscored her enduring presence. Though largely invisible and silent, Eileithyia's role was vividly felt, woven intricately into the tapestry of mortal life. Each birth, indeed each breath, was touched by her guiding hand, a testament to the sacred cycles she diligently nurtured. The shared narratives of the village, rich with history and devotion, bore witness to Eileithyia's gentle omnipotence. As the night deepened, the village settled into a reflective quiet, the day's gratitude echoing in the whispered wind. The shared tales of divine benevolence grounded them, reassuring them of a bond between worlds that was as enduring as the stars above. Eileithyia's grace transcended boundaries, encompassing both mortal and divine in her perpetual embrace. On the serene expanse of Mount Olympus, beneath the clear autumn skies, Zeus stood in reflective contemplation. He often found solace in the Olympian courtyard, where the majestic columns and calm fountains mirrored his regal authority. Today, his thoughts lingered on his daughter, Eileithyia, the gentle guide of birth. Her influence was unique, leaving an indelible mark on the births of both gods and mortals, a testament to her calming presence. Zeus recalled the many times he stood by Hera during divine births. Those moments were steeped in reverence and anticipation, each heralding the arrival of new divine life. As the king of gods, Zeus played a pivotal role. However, he recognized the unmatched significance of Eileithyia's contributions. Her serene aura, an intangible yet profoundly powerful presence, enveloped the divine in gentle strength, guiding them into the world with comfort and assurance. The time had come for a meaningful dialogue between Zeus and Eileithyia. Father and daughter convened amidst the quietude of the Olympian courtyard, a setting befitting their familial and divine connection. It was a meeting infused with respect and understanding, where Eileithyia spoke earnestly of her duties. Her nurturing spirit shone through her words as she expressed her inner need to bring harmony to childbirth, underpinning her role as a protector of those in labor, be they mortal or divine. Zeus listened intently, his admiration for Eileithyia unfaltering. He acknowledged her gentle strength, which was unlike any other, marked by an inherent ability to transform the often tumultuous process of birth into an orderly and serene event. This was a gift unrivaled on Olympus and in the mortal realm, a mastery that Zeus both respected and revered. Eileithyia's capacity to calm and guide did not merely reflect her divine nature. It highlighted her deep compassion and unwavering commitment to the cycle of life. Their collaborative efforts during pivotal births marked an ethereal partnership between father and daughter. Zeus reflected on the occasions where their combined strength and wisdom gently led new life into existence. Such occasions fortified their bond, a union of power and serenity that celebrated and protected the very essence of creation. Their relationship, bound by duty and love, celebrated the safeguarding of life's sacred journeys, a testament to divine collaboration at its zenith. Eileithyia shared with Zeus her aspirations and motivations. She unveiled her persistent desire to infuse joy and peace into the experience of childbirth, a pursuit driven by a profound respect for the cycle of life and its renewals. For Eileithyia, every birth was a sacred moment, and in each, she found her purpose fulfilled by the harmony she imparted to the moment of first breath. Zeus calmly absorbed her words, his expressions of pride and Eileithyia's significant role on Olympus palpable beneath the autumnal light. Zeus took a moment to convey his appreciation for Eileithyia. His paternal pride was evident, steeped in a profound understanding of her influence and importance. He spoke of the gratitude felt across Olympus, from the fellow gods to the mortals below, all recipients of Eileithyia's benevolent guidance. Each birth she facilitated left a testament to her gentle influence, a protector of the transitions of life, a crucial thread woven into the fabric of existence. As their conversation flowed, father and daughter reached a mutual understanding of the cycles of life and divinity. Their roles, steeped in the same cosmic dance, were symbiotic, reflecting the balance essential within the universe. Eileithyia's role, while gentle, was paramount, an embodiment of the natural cycles, celebrated through the lives she touched and transformed. Together, they acknowledged the enduring grace and rhythm of life, a dance perpetuated by the individual contributions of each god and goddess. With a quiet nod, Zeus and Eileithyia concluded their serene meeting, an understanding now deepened between them. The golden shadows stretched across Mount Olympus, a majestic backdrop to their conversation, which celebrated both their bond and the divine purposes they served. As they parted, Zeus, with a thoughtful gaze, admired the retreating figure of his daughter, confident in the knowledge that the realms of gods and mortals alike were under her compassionate care. This moment shared between Zeus and Eileithyia was pivotal, reinforcing their connection as father and daughter and honoring the sacred role Eileithyia held in nurturing the cycle of life. Their reflections on family and duty would carry into Eileithyia's continued journey, one that transcended the boundaries of divine and mortal. As dawn graced the realms with its gentle light, Eileithyia awoke from her serene slumber to begin her sacred daily routine. Each morning, the goddess of childbirth took a moment to meditate and reflect on her tasks, both accomplished and forthcoming. In these quiet moments, Eileithyia centered herself, drawing upon the calm and nurturing energy that would guide her throughout the day. This practice was not only a personal ritual of peace, but also a way to honor the divine responsibility bestowed upon her by the fates and her divine parents. After her reflections, Eileithyia carefully reviewed the calls for assistance that had emanated from both the mortal and divine realms. Each call for help in childbirth was like a gentle whisper that reached her divine awareness, guiding her to where her presence was needed most. Her commitment to this sacred duty was a testament to her nurturing spirit and unwavering dedication. With each beat of purpose, she plotted out her visits, prioritizing those in dire need of her soothing influence, ensuring that no mother, whether mortal or divine, faced the trials of childbirth alone. As the early light unfurled across the mythical landscapes, Eileithyia embarked on her journey through the realms. Her movements were like a calming breeze, unnoticed by many, yet fundamentally altering the atmosphere around her. In her gentle visitations, she offered guidance to expectant mothers, imparting calm reassurance and wisdom. Whether she hovered by the bedside of a laboring mortal woman or graced the chambers of a goddess, her gentle touch and quiet strength were tangible, weaving through the air like a fragrant balm. The day unfolded naturally under Eileithyia's influence, with mortal and divine beings alike acknowledging her steadfast support. In villages and temples, whispers of gratitude resonated, carrying tales of her presence. Her guidance was not accompanied by sudden announcements or grand displays. Instead, it was the steady heartbeat that lent courage to the fearful and strength to the weary. The cycle of life continued smoothly and rhythmically, underscored by her ever-present, soothing influence. Every birth that occurred under her watch was a testament to her commitment to the cycle of life. Throughout a typical day, Eileithyia oversaw a series of peaceful births, her reputation preceding her wherever she chose to tread. Her presence ensured that transitions into life were serene and harmonious, fulfilling her divine mandate. The gentle manner in which she coaxed each labor pain, assuaged each fear, and welcomed each new life was akin to a symphonic dance, methodical, graceful, and deeply moving. Her rhythmic passage through the hours was a reminder of the constancy of nature and the interconnectedness of life. As the day moved toward its close, symbolic gestures of gratitude reached Eileithyia from families across Greece and beyond. These were heartfelt tokens, expressing appreciation for her divine assistance. Mortals offered small sacrifices, sang hymns, and left gifts at altars in her honor, acknowledging not just the safe deliveries experienced, but the peace she brought into their lives during such pivotal moments. These acts of appreciation were humbling reminders of the significant impact her presence had on both realms. With the descent of dusk, Eileithyia concluded her day's voyages. The realm now bathed in shades of soft amber and pastel twilight. She found herself in quiet reflection once more. Each journey she embarked upon throughout the day reaffirmed her inner need, a deep-seated desire to uphold the cyclical balance of life through gentle guidance. She understood that her presence was as essential as the air that others breathed, a divine assurance that life was safeguarded from its very inception. As night enveloped the world, Eileithyia retired for the evening, folding her day's reflections into the tapestry of countless days before. The night sky, an expanse of eternal constellations, mirrored her serene and enduring influence over the cycle of birth. Awaiting tomorrow, she embraced the tender specter of her purpose, knowing that with each dawn, another series of lives awaited her gentle support, and new stories were set to unfold under the aegis of her nurturing guidance. In a rustic family home nestled within the tranquil embrace of spring, a mortal couple stood on the brink of welcoming their third child. The air was filled with an expectant warmth, as the gentle light filtered through windows, casting a serene glow upon their faces. Eileithyia, the divine guide of childbirth, sensed their subtle trepidation. Though experienced, the couple felt the familiar hum of anxiety in anticipation of their new addition. Yet, Eileithyia's unseen presence was a soothing balm, gently reassuring them with silent promises of comfort and protection. As the time of labor approached, the couple felt remarkably calm. Eileithyia, harboring her nurturing spirit, enveloped the home with peace. Her influence, though subtle, was unmistakable, as the atmosphere became imbued with a natural ease. The parents, now devoid of worry, welcomed the embrace of their family's presence. As warmth permeated the room, Eileithyia's gentle guidance ensured a seamless labor, filled with familial harmony and love. Surrounded by the joyful anticipation of their siblings, the moment of birth unfolded in a heartwarming scene. The elder children watched with wide-eyed curiosity, eager to greet their new sibling, their presence an embodiment of pure joy. Each contraction brought the family closer, and through the quiet strength of Eileithyia's touch, the home resonated with unity. Her gentle guidance ensured the smooth arrival of the newborn, ushering the life into a world of warmth. With the child nestled peacefully in their parents' arms, Eileithyia relished the joy radiating from the family. Her delight mirrored that of the siblings' giggles and the parents' loving gaze. As she discreetly observed the loving exchanges, Eileithyia found satisfaction in the family's pure happiness, a testament to her unseen influence and the bonds she silently fostered through the cycles of life. Expressions of gratitude followed, heartfelt and sincere, communicating the parents' deep appreciation for Eileithyia's sacred role in such pivotal moments. Though Eileithyia remained unseen to their mortal eyes, her presence lingered in their hearts. They acknowledged her gentle hand in shaping not only the birth, but their happiness and unity as a family. In this tranquil presence, the siblings met their new family member with open arms. Light and love filled the room, with Eileithyia's influence subtly framing the scene. The gentle aura she created seemed to stretch beyond the confines of the home, resonating in the very essence of their familial bonds. It was a silent acknowledgement of how Eileithyia fostered joy and unity, enriching their lives with her divine grace. As Eileithyia observed the scenes of serenity unfold, she recognized her role in nurturing such occasions. Her influence, though often unseen, was profound in creating bonds that intertwined lives. It was through her subtle guidance that families like this one experienced moments of pure happiness, bound by love and the blessing of new life. This joyful celebration marked not only the addition of a new family member, but reflected the enduring connection Eileithyia shared with the mortal realm. Her unseen hand touched countless lives, creating ripples of joy and warmth that would echo through generations. With this subtle influence, Eileithyia solidified her role in the ongoing cycle of life, a gentle reminder of divine motherhood's powerful grace. In time, as the spring breeze swept over the rustic home, Eileithyia's spirit lingered, fostering bonds that would nurture the family through life's journey. With unspoken words and silent gestures, she continued to weave the fabric of familial happiness with every new birth, leaving behind a legacy of unseen joy and divine influence. With her influence touching so many lives, Eileithyia heart warmed at the thought of each joyful reunion her presence facilitated. Each child born under her gentle guidance carried the mark of divine grace, a testament to the nurturing force she gifted to families, both mortal and divine. Such connections would in turn become part of the rich tapestry of stories through the ages, leading naturally into the significant historical and mythical births she would later touch. In the harmonious folds of Olympus and fabled landscapes, Eileithyia subtle presence has often guided the births of gods, leaving an indelible mark on Greek mythology. The most famed of these instances was her involvement in the birth of Hercules. The scene unfolded in the quiet dawn, where Eileithyia gentle aura spread throughout the chambers of Alcmene, Hercules' mother. Her presence became essential as Hera, in a vengeful bid, attempted to delay the birth. Yet, through whispers of encouragement and a serene strength, Eileithyia countered these obstructions, ensuring Hercules' safe arrival. It was her silent perseverance that facilitated the birth of a hero who would come to be heralded in song and legend. Similarly, her assistance was crucial during the birth of Apollo and Artemis, the divine twins. Leto found solace on the hidden Isle of Delos, shielded from Hera's jealousy. It was here that Eileithyia arrived, her steps soft as she threaded through the night's veil, bringing with her a calming breath that enveloped Leto. Her soothing guidance helped Leto focus beyond her exhaustion, facilitating a smooth birth under the celestial gaze. The arrival of the twins heralded the dawn of light and the hunt, marking pivotal moments in the divine saga of Olympus, led by Eileithyia benign influence. In the mystic echoes of time, Eileithyia presence at the birth of Persephone, daughter of Demeter, was a hymn to the cycles of growth and renewal. Demeter, embodying the very essence of fertility and harvest, was drawn into labor amidst the landscapes that whispered with the promise of spring. Eileithyia touch endowed the earth with a fortitude that would see Persephone born, untouched by the constraints that sought to bind new life. Her entry into the world promised an everlasting bond with the cycles of nature, deeply entwined with Eileithyia role as a shepherdess of birth. Equally notable was her profound touch during the birth of Dionysus, the god of wine and revelry. Dionysus's unconventional birth transpired from the complex union of Zeus and the mortal Semele. It was Eileithyia's steadfast energy that shepherded his transition, first from his mother and later from Zeus's thigh. Her firm but gentle hands guided this new incarnation of delight and chaos into the waiting arms of existence, cementing him as a symbol of transformation and joy in the pantheon. Each of these legendary births, underscored by Eileithyia's guidance, carved long-lasting influences into Greek mythology. Hercules, a paragon of strength and endurance. Apollo and Artemis, bearers of light and protection. Persephone, a testament to renewal and serenity. Dionysus, a conduit of festivity and liberation. These narratives unfolded under Eileithyia's watchful eye, connecting the threads of myth through the epochs with her unwavering dedication. The challenges Eileithyia faced during these divine births were not mere celestial whispers, but real tests of resolve. From circumventing Hera's scheming delays to ensuring a peaceful determination amidst the chaos of gods and elements, her perseverance was a beacon that silently guided these successful events. Her role often went unspoken, but it was not unnoticed, for the Olympians revered her endlessly for the nurturing grace she provided. Acknowledgement from the immortal pantheon affirmed Eileithyia's criticality. Not in grandiose proclamations, but in the grateful nods of Zeus, the whispered praises of Demeter, and the watchful eye of Hera, softened by grudging respect. Even Artemis, a fellow goddess of childbirth, recognized the subtle artistry in Eileithyia's role, often attributing her own successes to their shared bond. These interconnected births were symbolic of the deep impact Eileithyia left on mythological narratives. Her unseen touch forged the great arcs of heroism, enlightenment, renewal, and exuberance, perpetually weaving her essence through mortal and divine realms alike. The gentle guide of birth, she cast no shadows, only rays of boundless life and continuity, gracefully executing her role amidst the storied landscapes of gods and legends. In the serenity of fulfillment, Eileithyia understood the profound impact of her touch across realms. Her persistence amidst trials shaped her into a central figure whose influence echoed throughout time, continuously illuminating the narratives of creation and nurturing that defined not just life, but the fabric of mythology itself. Eileithyia, known for her calming presence and gentle influence, is often faced with arduous situations that impede her divine mission. These obstacles are not merely physical. They frequently arise from the intricacies of both mortal misunderstandings and divine conflicts. There are moments when her guiding presence is delayed by the whims of other gods, or the distrust of mortal beings unfamiliar with her nurturing touch. During these times, Eileithyia remains undeterred, finding a quiet strength in the midst of disorder, and continuing her serene service to those in need. Her steadfast determination allows her to see beyond the immediate trials, drawing on an inner reserve of patience and gentle perseverance. On numerous occasions, Eileithyia finds herself confronted by conflicts that threaten to delay the smooth progression of labor. These moments test her resolve, and she is often required to navigate the complexities of divine politics or mortal fears. Whether it's convincing a disbelieving family of her quiet powers or calmly addressing disputes among deities concerned with the outcomes of birth, Eileithyia exercises a nurturing firmness. Her gentle influence softens heated tensions, allowing her to channel the necessary calm that fosters safe transitions into new life. It is in these moments of tension and release that Eileithyia's role as a guide becomes undeniably crucial. Even when assisting difficult births, Eileithyia's resolve is frequently tested. She approaches each situation with a tranquil patience, regardless of how tumultuous the circumstances may be. A complicated labor often requires her to interweave her divine guidance with practical skills, offering both reassurance and gentle intervention. Eileithyia is aware that each birth presents unique challenges, but she steadfastly pursues her duties with quiet determination, ensuring the safe passage into the world for each new life. Her unwavering kindness and calmness resonate through these challenging episodes, instilling a sense of security in those she aids. Through these trials, Eileithyia demonstrates steadfastness against divine interference, mortal ignorance, and all that seeks to impede the natural cycle of life. Her ability to persevere under such testing circumstances solidifies her role in the pantheon as the gentle guide of birth. She believes in the power of resilience, viewing each setback as an opportunity to further affirm her commitment to the divine cause. Her mission transcends the acts of mere survival. It becomes a testament to the art of gentle persistence and enduring compassion through life's unpredictable tides. Support from Zeus and Hera proves invaluable when Eileithyia faces moments of doubt and difficulty. As her parents, their encouragement fortifies her resolve, reminding her of the importance of her role, both among the divine and within the mortal realm. Hera, a protector of marriage and women, offers guidance and affirmation, reinforcing Eileithyia's understanding of her own nurturing influence. Zeus's authoritative presence provides her with a sense of surety and strength, assuring her of the favor she holds within their divine family. Together, they portray a harmonious blend of power and protection, sustaining Eileithyia's confidence in her purpose. Reflecting on her trials, Eileithyia appreciates the weight of her responsibilities and the significance of her unwavering commitment. She recognizes that it is not the absence of obstacles, but rather her response to them that defines her divine mission. Each impediment she faces heightens her resolve, molding her into a beacon of gentle resilience. Her gentle nature reveals the strength in patience, teaching that there is power even in quiet persistence. Eileithyia embraces these challenges, recognizing the important role they play in shaping her as an esteemed guide through birth. In her contemplation, Eileithyia realizes the profound importance of persistence and gentle resilience. Her service to both gods and mortals honors the cycle of life, celebrating each birth as a testament to her nurturing influence. She understands that her life's work is woven into the greater tapestry of myth and existence, reaching beyond immediate challenges. This realization reaffirms her open-heartedness and humility, renewing her dedication to the gentle art of guiding births. Eileithyia's journey embodies the enduring grace and quiet strength she brings to all she encounters, leaving a legacy that continually inspires both divine and mortal realms. The serene influence of Eileithyia stretches far beyond the tales of ancient myths, weaving itself silently yet profoundly into the fabric of Greek society. In the land where gods and mortals often intertwine, her presence remains a gentle yet constant force, influencing customs and beliefs through the ages. Across the sprawling vistas of Greece, those who bore witness to her divine touch cherished the tranquility she imparted. The lineage of her impact, though unseen, becomes evident through the cultural practices that evolved in her honor. In many ancient Greek villages, the invocation of Eileithyia's name during childbirth became a cherished tradition. As expectant mothers faced the trials of labor, midwives whispered prayers to the goddess, calling upon her calming presence to guide both mother and child. This ritual, passed down through generations, symbolized not just a request for divine assistance, but also a recognition of the peace that Eileithyia could grace upon human lives. The ceremony was a testament to her enduring legacy, a union of faith and comfort that transcended time. Temples dedicated to Eileithyia were scattered across the Greek landscape, each one a sanctuary where worshippers sought her gentle guidance. Underneath the soft glow of candlelight, these sacred spaces provided a place for rites and offerings meant to please the goddess. The silent halls of the temples resonated with the humble prayers of those hoping for safe deliveries, a reminder of the deep respect held for Eileithyia by those who revered her. Through these rituals, she stood as a beacon of hope, interweaving her quiet strength through the very architecture of her worship. Stories of Eileithyia's compassionate assistance filled the speech of generations, each tale contributing to the collective memory of her kindness and care. Fathers, mothers, and elders alike recounted the graceful moments experienced during childbirth, when her influence seemed almost tangible. These stories, shared over hearths and gatherings, wove a rich tapestry of appreciation that spanned across ages. Even as time marched forward, the myth of Eileithyia's gentle hand continued to loom large, whispering of her tender heart and enduring strength. Mortal accolades and prayers dedicated to Eileithyia left an indelible mark on Greek history, elevating her status beyond mere reverence. In art and literature, her image persisted as a symbol of divine nurture and protection. Sculptors captured her serene countenance in marble, while poets dedicated verses to her sublime grace. These cultural artifacts immortalized Eileithyia's influence, ensuring that even future generations would come to know her gentle spirit through the enduring echoes of creative expression. In the domain of the gods, Eileithyia stood as a steady yet subtle figure within the celestial pantheon. Her contributions, though often quiet and unseen, were no less significant in the divine hierarchy. As deities convened in their mighty halls, her work proceeded quietly across the realms, an unwavering testament to her commitment to bringing forth new life. Her mythological presence encompassed both the remembered and the forgotten, defining her unique role in harmonizing the cycles of birth and transition. As the soft light of the candles flickered in the temples dedicated to her, Eileithyia's legacy was illuminated by the reverence granted by mortal believers. The night sky, clear and starry, formed a backdrop for the timeless gratitude embodied in their rituals. Each whispered prayer and each heartfelt offering served to enshrine her impact across countless lifetimes. The goddess's influence might have been unseen, but was by no means unfelt, a testament to the enduring power of gentle guidance and nurturing presence that made her an integral part of myth and life alike. In reflecting upon Eileithyia's unseen legacy, one sees not only the goddess of childbirth, but also a protector of the sacred cycle of life, quietly shaping destinies from the shadows. Her impact, as deep as the roots of ancient trees, stretched through time, offering solace to those who invoked her name. Her divine mission, both quiet and purposeful, remains eternally celebrated in the world she so lovingly tended. As twilight settled gently across the mythical landscapes, Eileithyia found herself at the banks of a serene heavenly river. Here, amidst the gentle whispers of the rippling waters, and under the watchful gaze of the soft clouds drifting lazily above, she allowed her thoughts to wander through the mosaic of her divine responsibilities. It was a solitary moment, reflective and serene, a time for her to honor the role she played within the universe's vast tapestry. Born amidst the divine halls of Olympus, Eileithyia had always felt the cycles of life deeply resonating within her essence. As the goddess who nurtured the very act of birth, she understood firsthand the sacred cyclical nature of existence. Her influence had been vital, not only in the turbulent realms of the immortals, but also within the mortal world, where life began with a cry heralded by her calming presence. Throughout her journey, she had carefully woven her serene influence across both divine and mortal realms. This had not only cemented her importance in mythological tales, but also left an indelible mark on the daily lives of countless individuals who revered her. Wherever she brought her soothing touch, tranquility would settle, ensuring each birth unfolded with the grace and dignity it warranted. As the evening sky deepened into gentle violets, Eileithyia reflected on her critical role in fostering both creation and nurturing life. She had guided the arrivals of Olympian deities as well as mortal children. With each whisper of encouragement, each gentle instruction, she had fulfilled her purpose, easing the transition between the unknowns of the womb and the certainties of life. Her nurturing presence remained a constant, a gentle guide ushering new life into the world. Fulfillment was a feeling she cherished greatly, rooted in knowing she provided guidance and protection to those in need. Her touch had graced the realm of myth and everyday existence alike, leaving behind a legacy that spoke silently through gestures and moments of calm. The gratitude of new parents, both gods and mortals, resonated deeply with her sense of contentment. Reflecting on how seamlessly her efforts had integrated into the fabric of myths and nature, she acknowledged the presence of her essence in tales told across generations. These stories of nurturing and protection formed a thread in the intricate weave of life's grand tapestry, a cycle that carried on, eternal and unbroken. As her contemplation deepened, Eileithyia pondered the divine roles assigned to her and her fellow deities. Cycles of change carried innate challenges, yet they also encompassed renewal and hope, echoing the pattern of life itself. Each role was paramount in maintaining the harmony of the cosmos, a responsibility she bore with humility and grace. The role of birth, the very essence of creation itself, cast an everlasting shadow etched with her influence. She came to understand that while her presence was often unseen, her impact was no less profound. Eileithyia found solace in knowing she was an eternal part of an enduring cycle, her narrative woven with the delicate threads of time. As the horizon softly cradled the sun, transitioning from warm amber to gentle twilight hues, Eileithyia reached a serene acceptance of her divine purpose. The completion of this chapter in her narrative wrapped around her like a comforting embrace, signaling the harmony she had always hoped to achieve in her service. With serene acceptance, she walked along the riverbanks, leaving faint footprints that would soon be washed away, much like her legacy, subtle yet enduring. In this contemplative conclusion, Eileithyia firmly grasped the understanding of her existence and significance. Her journey had been one of service, of nurturing not just life, but also the never-ending cycles themselves. And as she walked into the embracing night, she did so with the knowledge that her role, destined though it was to remain largely unseen, was profoundly significant, forged in the quiet strength and grace she shared across realms. Nearby, the gentle winds stirred, carrying with them the whispers of life's perpetual cycle, a testament to the goddess whose influence would continue to guide mothers, divine and mortal alike, for all eternity.